Anyways, I've seen this fixture 15 times. 17 if you count the 2 I saw over stream over COVID. That doesn't count. I mean in person. I believe I've seen Knox versus Chesterfield more times than any other fixture. And the scoreline this fixture likes the most recently, 2-2. As you may know, this game has had several crazy moments, and I don't know if I need to remind you of any of them because you probably all know them. Yeah, if we really want to start getting back on the promotion train, we do need to win today, because there's a chance we could get back into the top 3, result dependent, not just here but also at Gresty Road, where Crew and Donny are about to kick off early. 10 games to go. This must be it now. Who wants it more? There's about 6 or 7 of us battling, and we're one of them, and we really need to make sure we start playing better at the lane, because performances of recently here haven't been that great. We really need to start being a bit more showing a bit more intensity at home. Anyways, come on, Knox, come on you guys, let's do this. One change from Tuesday, you know what that change is. Didsy, of course he had to start this fixture. Of course he did. You knew Didsy was going to start. That man will lead the charge in these last 10 games. He is in Charlie Rizka. Other than that, it is the same team. Well, I would say, well, obviously Slocum's in for Bass, I'll be the other team, but that was like a given after like what happened on Tuesday when Bass went off injured. But yes, Donny just drew as well to Crew, so that gives us the chance to go above him, but we've got to do our job first here, and we'll only put ourselves in the best chance of getting into the top 3 if we do our job for the remaining 10.
This late offside rule when Rhino puts the flag up so late. I think it was obvious Shatter was offside from up here, but I don't know why he played it so late. But yeah, that's the ball that's on all the time. Matty Palmer did really well to get into that position there to play the ball through to him, and he just went a bit early. Sam Slocum delayed the kick and it hit Arabin Peppel, and then made a really good recovery save. But why didn't he just send it earlier? We're 6 minutes in. Good save by Slocum to the nigh banks at the back post when we should have been picking him up. One of you, yeah, they're pressing very high. Cerullo just had a chance, but you know, it went nowhere in the end. It only went over the stand. So this game's being played at a quick intensity. We do need to. That ball over the top's on all the time as well. Like they're pressing high, so they're leaving men forwards, and if we can bypass that press and get Shatter and Didsy on the ball. Great ball through by Didsy, wonderful ball. Shatter on the end of it, and he should score. It's a good save. Maybe that time he should have taken it around the keeper. But there should be a goal in this game by now.
Well, it was really completely different to how we've been playing for the last few weeks here. There's a real tempo to that game right from the start. You know, we're moving the ball very quickly, being positive as well. You know, the thought is forward, and if we can't go forward, we've gone sideways. It's not the first thought backwards, and really shown good intent there. They've had some really good chances, one of our own making.
First chance of the half to George Abbott after so we're working really hard, and it's good to see. But his shot was, I don't want to say it was aiming for the corner, but it was just an easy, stop for Ryan Boot. They just had a good spell of possession in the game. We won the ball back though. Kellen Gordon had 2 attempts to put a cross in. The first one was half cleared, and we worked it back out. So he put it in again, and it just went past everyone. And indeed, he just kept it in when he should have just let it go out, even if it was going to be their throw. And then he shot fired over from about just outside the 18-yard box, I think, with 63 minutes gone. That's me because we've retreated into our penalty area too much over the last 10 minutes, and we've allowed them to have too much of the ball and too much territory. We've allowed them too much of the ball, too much territory, and we've not been winning the second balls enough. Whitaker and Jarvis up. The ball dropped beautifully for Will Jarvis there. And he gets his first goal for Notts. About 10 minutes, about 8 minutes. It's 82 on the clock. What an awful pass. What an awful pass that was to just give them it. Absolute no pressure on, we just give it to them. We give them the territory again and then,
The point to piece would have been fair there. We gifted them 2 goals, not picking up the man on the first one, giving them 3 and then the second one just absolutely terrible play at the back. A massive mention to Beddoe, because at 1-0 he absolutely rescued us. 2 against 1, he was the one, and he absolutely rescued us to keep it at 1.
What are we going to do? Really, what are we going to do? I'm absolutely sure that we exist sometimes just to make other clubs happy. I really do. You just have them moments, you have the glimmer of hope, and then the hope just comes all crushing down and you're left back at square one again. Where do we start with this football club at the moment? I don't know. First half, I thought the first half was played at a very good intensity from both teams. There were several chances. Obviously, I'll get to ours in a moment. They had their chance with Peppel, where Slocum didn't clear it enough in time, and it hit him, but Slocum recovered well to save it. And then Ollie Banks at the back post with a free kick. Another good save by Slocum. But we would miss chances in the end. We had quite a few chances in the first half. Two chances notably came from a ball over the top, which I said early on was the ball. It was the outlet. It was the way we would get through to evade the press and get it over them. The first one where the ball is played over the top. It might be by Jacob Beddoe. I'm not sure, but it's sent in by, I want to say Connor Grant. I'm not sure. Jata. I think it might be Connor Grant who runs onto it. Pulls it back for Jata, but it's saved. And then the other example is when McCarvey played it over the top. Didsey flicked it on. And then Palmer, he's just a bit slow. He's just a bit slow. And we have Jata and Cerullo available. And eventually the decision making and the pace of the attack. The pace of the attack slows and our decision making means the chance goes begging in the end. Jata gets there. Well, he doesn't quite get there, and Cerullo just sends it over the bar. Platt headed one, Cerullo headed one wide. The biggest one was obviously when Didsey sent Jata through, but this time he probably should run the keeper, but it's a good save by Ryan Boot, and he should take that chance. It was so frustrating again. Chances missed in the first half. We really should have gone in ahead. How the game was goalless entering half-time, I have no idea. There should have been at least 1 or 2 goals in the first 45. Especially on our side, because once again we failed to convert chances, and once again we rued and missed chances in the second half, and once again we don't play for a full 90, and this is becoming quite a common theme this season, or should I say this has become quite a common theme this season. Our intensity in the second half dips. Chesterfield start having more possession, they start having more territory, and for both goals, it's repetition. It's that we allow them too much time on the ball, too much space, and both times there are too many men behind the ball. I think for both goals, we have everybody but Jata behind the ball, and it's just not good enough. go out there and make a tackle. Don't just let them pass it around like 20 to 30 yards out and not put a tackle in. Because you're just inviting pressure. And not one player goes to tackle them. Just let them have the freedom of the pitch. Pass, trying to work it round us, but we have players in the box, and then Matty Pat gets caught ball watching for the first, but then again, I don't think it's fully on Platty, that first goal, because like I say, nobody goes out to tackle them. We just invite pressure for no reason, because we've got too many bodies back in, the 67th minute or something like that, and you just think, what are we doing? It's just stupid. And then the second goal, sorry Matty, you have been really good this season, but it's that pass which starts off, it's that pass that gives the ball away that leads to their second goal. And it's unlucky on Jacob Bedu, to be honest, because the ball is hit at him and it just rebounds into the path of Tom Naylor, and there's nothing you can do. So he's done his job, he's blocked the shot, it's just fallen into the path. But once again, it's our fault, because, well, we've gave the ball away when we had possession. It was a simple pass on, and then we defend too deep. We do have a chance in the second half early on. George Abbott aims to the top corner, but it's saved. Obviously, Will Jarvis's goal, which was... I'm glad for Will Jarvis, because he's not a wing back. He's more of a player. When he was at Shells, he was a striker when they employed a 3 or 5 at the back system, or they played him left wing when they were in a 4-2-3-1 formation. So he's learning and adapting to a new role, and, you know... Okay, yeah, concerns about work rate, I get that. That's why when we signed him, I thought we'd put him up front and not on the wing, because I didn't think he'd suit a wing-back role. But I'm glad for him to get his first goal. But it's just a shame that after that, our mentality, once again, is poor. Because when you equalise in a derby, whether it's up to you whether you want to class it as a derby or not. I mean, it doesn't even appear on the Wikipedia page for the football rivalries in the UK, so it doesn't even appear on most tier lists on Twitter either. But anyways, we're getting off track. Yeah, we're getting the equaliser with like 10 minutes to go or something. The momentum should be behind you, and what do? We don't look like scoring after that, apart from that Whittaker chance, which hit the outside of the post, I think. How was that? Once again, we went into hiding, we put too many bodies behind the ball, we invited pressure, and we got punished for it. And now, you know, we're lucky. We're lucky that every other team in this promotion race just doesn't want to get promoted. This is the worst League 2 has ever been. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We're almost at the end of March and no team has even got past 70 points yet. We're still in this promotion race, but because everybody else doesn't want to get promoted either. You know, Walsall, Bradford, Wimbledon, Donny, Vale, Crewe, they all just were stumbling over each other and none of us can get near to the finish line. We're lucky because everybody else is as bad as we are, for want of a better phrase. If you enjoyed the vlog somehow, give it a like, comment down below your thoughts on the game. Stay subscribed if you're subscribe if you're new. Be safe, be champions, and as always, toodaloo.